No, thank you very much for the invite. I appreciate it. Thank you very much to everyone that came here, spent their time and energy and sacrifice to be here and be with the like-minded people in the same room. I think it's quite impressive, and it's incredible that we can fill up a room on a Saturday morning for knowledge. And just for that, you guys can give yourselves a round of applause. Well done. Congratulations to you and the channel. 40,000 subscribers is no child's play. You do know it requires a lot of consistency. It's nice. I remember when we were here, I think it was last year or the year before, I don't remember.
Year before.
Year before, right? That's how quickly time flies. Here at the Royal Marang, we spoke about your channel. And you never look back, you implemented and you're just consistent. And I hope this audience learns from just that one example of you starting a YouTube channel, mentoring someone, and them paying you back for the mentorship through giving you the login details of the YouTube channel with 1,000 subscribers. And I gave you an advice and I showed you the back end of what was going on in YouTube. How do we earn? How do you grow the platform? And you just never look back. The following week, immediately, you implemented and you started, and you've never stopped. You've been dropping awesome gems, awesome knowledge every week, all the way until today. That's almost like 100 weeks ago. So I hope people that are in this room also, whatever knowledge that you get to learn from here that you think might work for you, implement immediately and be consistent and just keep going. If you keep on overthinking it, sometimes you end up not achieving much. God has been good in my life. I've experienced a lot of things. I've had a lot of success. I've had a lot of failures. I've met a lot of people. I've traveled the world. I've lived my dream. But I guess just because I've got crazy work ethic. I go for my dreams. I go for whatever I want. I create relationships, and I never mind about failing. And I speak openly about my failures because I understand the path to success. Failure is a part of it, right? It's not even failure. I don't even think what's the right word I can come up with. So I've understood that concept that you're going to trip and fall, trip and fall, trip and fall. But once you just keep on going at it, you'll eventually get there. So, geez, man, I've done a lot of things. I've tendered, like a lot of people tried tenders over 15 years ago, tried waste management. I tried the food business at some point through forming an NGO and working with cooperatives. Tiko. Yeah, he's on every Tandaza. Sure. For those who didn't hear it, you can listen. Tiko. Why you trying to? Ganda Demudi Musho. Asiabulo, lidi poko, lidi lots of snacks. I'm just joking, guys. Yeah, geez, I failed a lot of times. Yeah, so I've tended. I've worked with a lot of people in the government space. I have done projects for the government. Some I have not been paid for. I've gotten a cut for. I've tried to lobby some people that I know, politicians, to try and help me to get my money. I've been told I must pay to get paid, even when I've done the work already. And then I ended up eventually getting cut for with working for government and tendering. It's not something that I would say I will not do in the future. Government is the biggest employer, and government has got a lot of money, and government empowers a lot of entrepreneurs. It's just that the bad apples sometimes mess up the system, right? And there's different political parties with different ideologies, and a lot of people have always been vocal about, no, the tendering system is wrong because it benefits only the people who know, that people in the high places. Even though I would say I knew some people in high places, it still did not work for me. So that's the reason I decided to go a different route. And when I went a different route, I tried a lot of things which I failed at. But I always say with success, you just need to be right once. Yeah, you just need to win once, and then it opens up even bigger doors for you. And then whatever you generate, you can then reinvest into other things and just keep going.
You've inspired millions of people, from music to business, entrepreneurship on the streets. But if someone was to meet you today, how would you describe DJ Sbu? Or Sbusiso Leope? How would you describe it?
Family man, love my kids. I'm a father, very, very proud father. I'm a servant of God. I love God. I am now no longer just Busiso Leope. I'm Busiso Leope Kankosi, officially from a few hours ago, last night in Tlhabile, go high. So you can
Tate
see
Nkosi.
I've got my third bracelet, which is a process that a lot of Africans go through. I've been going through that process. Hasn't been easy. It's been a journey of education. I've learned quite a lot about my culture, who I am, what I represent, where I come from. So I'd really just say that I'm a patriotic South African who is a loving family man, and I enjoy being a father.
And what was your first taste of hustle? The moment you realized you could turn your grind into greatness. I mean, I remember you talked about the fact that you would go to YFM, wanting them to hear you DJ or something. You would wait for Kabzela. Was it Kabzela? You'd wait for Kabzela every time he goes for his show. You'd be standing there at the door asking for an opportunity to be heard. What was that like?
That was a great experience. I mean, before that, I was already tuned. You know, my mother instilled that mindset. That's why I do it to my kids. So every time when we're going to have like an activation or whether I'm going to be selling something on a weekend or I'm going to be doing promo for Mufaya or for any other thing that I do, I make sure that my little ones are there just for them to see and sort of absorb, even though they might not understand now. But the fact that they're around somebody who sells, somebody who communicates with people, somebody who is a people's person. Sometimes I'm podcasting, I make sure my little ones are there. So my mom did the same thing with me. So from Xampankele Ntwana, my mom owned a hair salon and I'd always be around there, especially the Keladi Kwetwe. The Keladi Kwetwe, Wang Roma, sometimes Kim Shebi, the Rospana Jwang, Bachuna Jwang, Eskele, Kana Kotzo, no to Medi Pem. I don't know if you guys remember Pem. Yeah. Lidi Eskele, people braiding. So I grew up under that environment. And Leko Jadling no this Spaza, you know, Spaza shop. So in Sebo Paisa, Nebarata Hong Shiakos Paza or Kepaisa. So after school, Neke Paisa, Rakos Paza. I never really liked Baho Paisa because I kind of felt I needed, you know, some time to play with other kids. But when you're young, you don't understand, right? But then I guess that was the entrepreneurship seed that was getting planted in me. That's why I do it to my kids now, even today. And I'd like to encourage everyone out here also, whatever you do, like always bring your kids around, even though they don't enjoy it. Well, not all the time, you know, because sometimes they want to go do their thing. But whenever you can, as often as possible, whatever you can, just plant that seed in their mind for them to be exposed to what you're doing. Because that makes a big difference in the long run, many, many years later, might not be today. So even though maybe you still think they're too young, they might not understand, bring them. Even in meetings, sometimes if you can't bring them, let them sit there. Give them the tablet or the iPad, even though they're not participating. Just let them listen. Just let them get used to the lifestyle that you're living, the environments that you're in, the room